Happy beautiful day. It is Pete Cohen and welcome to another YouTube video. Today's YouTube video is called Advanced Guide to Living. Look, there are many things that you and I have in common. One of those things is we all have goals, dreams, and ambitions. It's part of being a human being. And what I want to explain to you in the next 10 minutes or so is how you can advance yourself with the right route map, the right map to get you to where it is that you want to go. Now, I don't know when the last time you looked at one of these. I went into a petrol station and they said to me, "Would you like this?" And I went, "Really? I really don't need it. I've got a phone and I've got Waze on my phone, which is the most incredible app if you want to know where you're going and to move out of the way where there's traffic and get you to where you want to be in the quickest possible way." And that's what I'm interested in. I'm a coach, and the role of a coach is to take someone from where they are to where they want to be. That is where the magic is. And I'm interested in three areas for everybody. That's their health and energy, their relationships, and their wealth and their work. So I looked at this and thought, you know what, there's no need for this. But I think most of us have become pretty lazy when it comes to us achieving our goals. Most of us are just caught and living a life of mediocrity. And by the way, that word mediocrity means caught in the middle of a rugged mountain. So this is the Advanced Guide to Living, and there are thick 6 steps plus a 7th step, which is really important, which brings all of these together. Now, the easiest thing to do with any of this is do nothing. Anyone can do that. Absolutely nothing. But if you really want to change your life and you apply these principles that I'm going to share with you right now, your life will change beyond anything that you could possibly imagine. This is easy to do, but guess what? It's also easy not to do. So let's start off with step 1. Principle number 1 on the Advanced Guide to Living is direction. What does that mean? Direction really means you know who you are, you know what you're doing, and where you are going. Now that might sound really quite simple, but it's quite rare to actually find people who know who they are, they know what they stand for, and they know where they're going. What do I stand for? Well, I stand for people just like you that are watching videos just like this. My vision is to build a global community of 10 million people all around the world that are living life not by chance, but by choice. Now that's my direction, and this is so important. If you know where you're going, it makes everything else a lot easier. But if you don't know where you're going, guess where you end up? Going round in circles. What's the next step? It is reliant, becoming self-reliant, taking full responsibility. Very few people do this. Why? Because it's so easy for us to blame, complain, make excuses. And let's face it, most of us, for a large portion of our life, we were dependent on other people. We didn't have to be self-reliant. And still to this day, people who are in their 20s, 30s, and 40s, and 50s are still reliant on people rather than taking their full responsibility, 100% responsibility. I was saying to someone the other day about taking responsibility. He's married, and I said, look, you wouldn't turn to your wife and say, "I'm 95% committed to you." No, you're 100% committed. And if you're not, it's going to stand out quite quickly. And this is exactly the same. If you're not committed to where you're going, you know where you're going to end up. You're going to end up in a sad place, and you don't have to. What's the 3rd step? It's discipline. Now, this is a word that a lot of people have a negative association to. But you can be the most passionate and enthusiastic person in the world. But without discipline, you might as well forget about it. We can all be heroic in the beginning. In fact, the word hero actually comes from a Greek word meaning heros, the protector. And when we're often heroic and on this advanced guide to living, it's because we want to protect others. We want to do the best for other people. In fact, there's a word for hero in the beginning, an ancient Sanskrit word, which means you can start things with great intentions, but your heroic effort goes out the back door. Why? Because you didn't have the discipline. The discipline really is your ability to do some very simple things over an extended period of time. It's called the law of compounding. Do you want £5 million in cash right now, or do you want 1p a day, doubled every day for a month? Think about it. You better say, Pete, could it be 31 days? Because if it was 31 days, on the 31st day, you'd have close to $11 million, or pounds. I'd go for pounds myself. This is what discipline is all about. Enterprise, principle number 4. Enterprise is really all about you being able to come up with ideas and bring your ideas to life. That's what the human beings all have the capability of doing. To be creative, to come up with an idea and to think about it, write it down, and do the work applying these principles to bring great ideas to life. Very few people do this, but that, again, is where the magic is. Easy to do, easy not to do. Number 5 is others. This is what Napoleon Hill, who wrote the book Think and Grow Rich, who interviewed 500 people who were very successful, from Alexander Graham Bell to Thomas Edison. He basically saw that all of these people came together and asked the question, how can I help you? How can I serve you? Because in those days, people needed to come together for them to take their ideas and bring them to market. And when you work with others and you have a mastermind alliance, you give credit to others. You thank others. I want to thank you for being here right now. You're a part of what I'm trying to do, not what I'm trying to do. That's not an advanced guide. An advanced guide is when you do this. And 6, it's appreciation, self-appreciation. You appreciate that you are doing the best that you can. And the thing about doing the best that you can is, guess what? You can do better. We can always do better. And human beings really are designed to only do one thing, and that's to grow, evolve, get better, and leave a legacy. You see, a legacy really is all about when you leave this life, when you exit this life, when the guide is over, when you've directed your life in a certain way and you've done all of this, what do you want the legacy of your life to be? What is it that you want people to be saying about you at your funeral? See, to direct our lives, we need to have the end in mind. When my father passed away, there were so many people at his funeral, and so many of them said the same thing about him, that he always had time for people. He made a difference. He dedicated his life to helping others. And ultimately, we are pro-social, and human beings are definitely at their best when they're making a difference to others. So I really encourage you to take some time and think about these steps. The Advanced Guide to Living. What is it? It's having direction, knowing who you are, what you're here to do, knowing where you are going. And maybe you need some help with this. Feel free to reach out, make some comments in the post here. We are here to help you. Being reliant, that's that responsibility piece. Being responsible for your life, taking 100% responsibility. No blame, no excuses, doing what you need to do even when you don't feel like it. Being disciplined, enterprise, coming up with ideas and bringing those ideas to life, working with a team, giving credit to your team, saying, hey, thank you, and sharing everything with everybody. Appreciation, appreciating yourself, working on yourself, making yourself the best that you can be emotionally, mentally, physically. It's hard work, but it's worth it. Easy to do, easy not to do, and thinking about your legacy. Because one day in the future, you won't be here, and while you're still here, you've got a chance. There's a reason why the New Zealand rugby team are the best team in history. Why? Because they're playing with the end in mind. They want to leave a mark. So when they finish playing rugby, they have left the team in a better place than when they started. That should be our role on this earth. When you leave this place in a better place because you were here. That is the Advanced Guide to Living. If you've enjoyed this video, please subscribe to this channel, make a comment, take a look at some of our other videos that are all designed to help you live your life by design, not by chance. Thank you so much. We'll see you soon. All the best.